Hi, my name is Rihanna, and today I will be discussing which laws affect Hoyts, a cinema company in which I work at. Hoyts Teacher Plaza, which is the specific branch that I work at, not only serves standard goods and services like tickets and popcorn, but also alcohol and hot food. Therefore, there are laws from several areas that must be addressed and carefully abided by. The three laws I have chosen to elaborate and discuss upon are the Liquor Licensing Act, food regulations, and work health and safety regulations. As Hoyts is a company serving alcohol to guests, it is important that they abide to laws considering alcohol service and consumption. The Liquor Licensing Act 1997, created by the Parliament, is responsible to provide laws that monitor and regulate the supply, sale, and consumption of liquor. This law must be enforced by the South Australian Police and the Liquor and Gambling Commissioner. Subjects regarding this matter fall under Consumer and Business Affairs, in which Andrea Michaels is the Minister of. Section 29 of the Liquor Licensing Act prefaces when it is required for somebody to hold a license, in which Hoyts falls under, as it is a premise where this good is sold. Section 110 of this Act considers the sale and supply of liquor to minors on licensed premises. This is an important subsection for Hoyts to consider as its stores are a place for people of all ages to attend, meaning that minors are very often on the premises. Part 1 in Section 110 speaks about the consequences that may apply when the offence of liquor being sold or supplied to minors on licensed properties occurs. There is a higher risk of this accidentally occurring whilst working at places like Hoyts that have mixed ages allowed on the premises, as alcohol service is not the company's focus. It is important for employees to mandate these laws and take great consideration into the preparation and selling of liquor. Therefore, all people serving and preparing alcohol must have their responsible service of alcohol training, which is also known as an RSA. Information regarding holding an RSA can be located under the General Code of Practice Guidelines found in Section 42 of the Act. It states that employees over 18 years old that participate in the service of alcohol must have undergone the RSA training and have proper liquor licensing, or else disciplinary action will be undertaken. At Hoyts, the managers communicate the importance of not supplying liquor to intoxicated persons, which is under Section 108 of the Act. Learning about this helped me understand to a more thorough extent as to why it is so important to hold an RSA when serving liquor, and why my workplace is very strict on these laws. With the Liquor Licensing Act 1997 containing so much information, there are many valuable points to learn that are often not part of people's general knowledge, including my own. Something new I learnt about the service of alcohol is that nobody wearing any item displaying a symbol of being part of a declared criminal organization cannot enter a licensed premises. This may be shown through clothing, jewelry, or other accessories worn on the person. I'm glad I have gained knowledge of this, as I had not previously known that these people cannot enter on the premises, let alone be served alcohol, so it is something that I will definitely look out for from now on. Working at Hoyts involves completing tasks to help the business continue running smoothly, such as putting away delivery orders, restocking, and dealing with heavy items, such as syrup boxes and popcorn oil. There is an act in place to provide and ensure the health, safety, and welfare of employees and people at work, being the Work Health and Safety Act 2012. The Minister for this Act is the Minister for Industrial Relations and the Public Section, being Mahoney. It is of importance for managers to abide by Section 19 regarding their primary duty of care for health and safety of workers. When an employee is injured, as Section 38 of the Act states, an incident notification must be issued to the regulators. This means that if a worker becomes injured or ill, they must notify authority figures in the workplace in order for appropriate actions to take place. In cases, if an incident causes considerable damage to an individual, a workplace incident investigation is issued. This is a part of Safe Work SA, a program where individuals can report notifiable workplace incidents with the intention of gaining change or compensation. As an employee, Section 28 of the Work Health and Safety Act 2012 explains the duties of workers in terms of taking care of their own health and safety. It is important that workers cooperate with company policies and procedures regarding safe work, and that they comply with reasonable instructions given to them by the person conducting the business to ensure their safety. In terms of managerial duties to uphold concerning health and safety risks in the workplace, Section 17 provides useful laws and information on the management of risks. It states how the duty for a person to ensure health and safety requires said person to eliminate risks where practicable and have the capacity to have influence on changing these issues. This applies to the managers at Hoyts, as when there are workplace incidents, they are who employees reach out to, and it is their duty to begin the process of initiating a change. The Work Health and Safety Act 2012 contains significant information regarding how health and safety is maintained within workplaces like Hoyts, and has taught me my rights as an employee and where I can go to remedy any issues. Something new I've learned within this act is that all issues, even minor, must be reported to a person of authority in order to keep the workplace incidents accounted for and reported. Hoyt's Tea Tree Plaza also have another section called Hoyt's Lux. Hoyt's Lux is a more luxury cinema experience where restaurant food and cocktails are prepared and delivered to customers whilst they are watching the movie. When service of food and beverages is concerned, there are laws and regulations that must be followed to ensure safe food handling, and the Food Act 2001 provides information and laws regarding this matter. It is currently monitored by Chris Minkton, the Minister of Health and Wellbeing. Section 5 outlines the meaning of food, being that it is any substance for human consumption, whether only chewed or chewed and swallowed. Hoyts have many consumable pre-packaged items as well as foods that are prepared on demand, such as popcorn, hot food, and hot beverages. It is important that when preparing consumable items that safe handling is in place to ensure that customers are consuming safe and hygienic foods. Section 13 underlies the penalties that may apply when a person handles food intended for sale in an unsafe manner, whilst knowing that they are also practicing this misconduct. It is important for kitchen staff to be aware of these penalties to increase their awareness of when food is or is not okay to serve. It is important for food to be labelled correctly and described truthfully because, as Section 22 of the Food Act 2001 states, false descriptions of food are against the law. Section 22 elaborates on how food must be represented as whichever nature it is in, any substance it is mixed with, and any substances that changes its nutritional value. For kitchen staff working in Hoyt's Lux, they must ensure that when labeling food, it is done correctly and up to standards to prevent any breaches of this Act. Section 43 communicates standards regarding the premises and equipment where/with which food is prepared. This section states that if food is being prepared or served in an unclean and unsanitary environment, an authorized officer may serve an improvement notice with the business to make a change. Applying this to Hoyts means that our popcorn, back of house, and hot food preparation areas must be kept clean, hygienic, and tidy by employees. Something interesting I learned about the Food Act 2001 is that this act does not apply to water that is not prepackaged in a bottle, flask, or other container. This means that tap or filtered water is not a part of this act, which I found quite surprising as it is still a consumable substance. Hoyts as a company have many legal obligations and duties to uphold, with three prominent sections of law being the Liquor Licensing Act 1997, Work Health and Safety Act 2012, and the Food Act 2001. As an employee at Hoyts, I have gained knowledge and insight on how the company abides to these laws and how they have shaped the procedures and behaviours seen within the workplace every day.